Oh boy, what do we have here? We're back in the business. Unbox TearHappy, back in the business once again. And today we have here in front of us another smartphone. Now today, another smartphone for us. Unbox TearHappy. Look at this thing, Zach, capturing beautifully. What is this? Xiaomi? Xiaomi? So today we're going to discuss a little bit of a common theme around this channel, common theme around the smartphone industry. Good phones are getting cheap. Cheap phones are getting good. And this, my friend, is a testament to that. We have ourselves Redmi Note 10s from Xiaomi. And without any further ado, we're gonna hop right into it right now. Alright, let's actually start. We've got 6 GB of RAM, 128 GB of storage, and I believe the model that we have here with us is the ocean blue color. Alright, it's right in the tier of budget smartphones. Can you believe it? The competition is really tough right now, especially with the budget smartphone category. This thing right here is sitting at only $170. Can you believe it? Xiaomi is the leading champion when it comes to budget smartphones, and here's another testament to that. Let's see how good this budget phone gets. Smooth. 64 megapixel quad camera and ultra wide and macro lenses. Of course, that's a gimmick, everybody knows about that. 6.43 inches of AMOLED dot display. Wow, we're dealing with AMOLED screens in here. MediaTek Helio G95 and a 33-watt fast charging powered by 5,000 milliamp hours of battery. Redmi Note 10s. Wow. Alright, so I'll put the phone down here for a minute and let's see what else is inside the box. Okay, so here is you have your paperwork, I believe. It's getting really heavy in here. So here are the inserts for your paperwork, and you have your standard case. Look at all these freebies we're getting. Isn't this like a refreshing sight? A refreshing view. All the paperwork. You have your extra protective jelly case, which is kind of a little bit of a matte texture to it, but it's all glossy and fingerprint-y on the outside. And this is what else is in the box. You have your 33-watt. Whoa! Look at this brick. This is a brick. 33-watt fast charging brick, and your USB Type-C cable, Type-A to Type-C cable, and there's nothing else in the box. Getting no earphones this time. Xiaomi, you outdone yourselves. You had outdone yourselves. This thing is jam-packed. Whoa, look at this thing. Zach, are you seeing that? Wow, look at that ocean blue color here. You have your silver gradient transferring down to the blue gradient. Wow, look at that. Look at that amazing pattern here. Alright, so let's boot this thing up. 6.43 inches display with an 83.5% screen to body ratio, FHD plus 1080p AMOLED. Ooh. 60 Hz, no high screen refresh rate, which is actually a bummer. It's actually really sad that we're not getting a high refresh rate in these kinds, in these tiers of smartphones. Other budget smartphones of this degree already have a high screen refresh rate. However, this one does not have any. You have here your hole punch cutout powered by 13 megapixels front facing camera. At the sides here, you have your volume rocker and the power button, which is actually doubles as a fingerprint scanner. When is the last time you saw something like that? That's actually one of my favorite features. And here at the other side of the phone is, of course, your SIM card tray. At the top, you have here your stereo speaker setup, and at the bottom, of course, your trusty headphone jack and your USB Type-C charging port, and also a pair of speakers. This is like smooth matte. This is like very smooth matte material, and this camera bump. Look at this camera bump, powered by 64 megapixels main camera, 8 megapixels ultra wide, and 2 megapixels on both macro and depth camera, which is actually, it's a running theme with these budget smartphones, they always put the macro camera, the depth sensor, all that kinds of stuff just to make sure that the phone comes in with a quad camera setup. We all know that's a gimmick. We all know that's not the way to go, but that's the way of the budget smartphones, and I guess we're going to see a lot more of that in the future. This phone is also powered by Android 11 MIUI 12.5 out of the box, so everyone knows that MIUI is such a heavy software with a lot of software features. We're going to see how snappy this thing goes. Alright, so now I'm going to test the speed of the fingerprint sensor in this device. Let's go ahead and add our fingerprint. Alright, let's see. So the thing with these budget smartphones, right, the category and the competition is really evolving. And there's a lot of things happening within this category. There's a lot of different smartphones to choose from, even just a few $100s, or just the good stuff about Android phones. You can get a lot of compatibility, a lot of functionality, and a lot of features. Some of these smartphones are even so powerful, it's crazy to imagine. Xiaomi has been the leading one, followed by Realme. We also have other competitors out there such as Infinix. The list goes on, and it's actually crazy. But the good thing is you can have a decent smartphone in such a very low price point, which is one thing to consider, especially for all those budget-friendly users out there. So here we are now at the home screen. As you can see, very snappy. 60 Hz screen refresh rate. It's not the fastest, but like you can quite see like how responsive and snappy it is. Alright, we're gonna try to face unlock this thing. Alright, so let's see how fast it unlocks with face data and fingerprint. Alright, you gotta see that thing switch. It is actually really fast. I'm not even approaching the... Alright, when it face unlock, it's like a two-step process. You unlock your face and then you swipe up to use your device. But when you're using fingerprint scanner, it's just... that is incredibly fast. My fingerprint barely made a connection. Okay, I mean, I can't believe it. That's actually really fast. That's crazy. That's crazy fast. MIUI software, MIUI skin, and this is what the skin looks like. Everybody knows. Everyone already knows about that. Here's your default skin going on. Here's the buttons. Here's the app drawer, and here's some other functionality. There's so many functionalities of this MIUI software right here. So it's jam-packed with all the features, but everyone knows how heavy the MIUI software is, so it's just going to be about preference and about how you use the device, whether it still keeps its snappy performance or not. Anyway, let's jump to the cameras, the main highlight of the show, and this wouldn't be an Unbox Therapy video without your selfie camera. Alright, let's do a selfie. Zach, look at that. Look at the detail. Can you see the facial hairs? Wow, that is crazy. 13 megapixel front camera. No AI beautification happening, I guess not. That's, well, that's as natural as it can get. I mean, not bad. This is actually really good. Once again, Willy Woo, you have no plant. I know that. Everyone knows that Willy Woo didn't bought his plant. Just go ahead and go to IKEA. It's not that hard. Come on. There's a lot of smartphones coming. You still don't have a plan. Alright. It's Groot time. Alright, Groot. Welcome back to the show. Alright, so here is your 1x photo. Very self-explanatory. And here's your ultra-wide photo. Okay, that is actually wide. Alright. And here is, of course, your 2x telephoto lens. How close it can get. Oh, okay. As you can see, I believe this is cropping into the sensor. And we're experiencing a bit of jittery lag in here, which is kind of weird. This thing is actually 6 gigabytes of RAM. And right now we're doing portrait mode on Groot. Portrait mode. Oh, that is not looking good, but we're going to analyze that later with Zach. 4K 30 frames per second is the maximum quality. Wow, I can't believe you can have 4K on these budget smartphones. And here's your normal photo. You got your AI, HDR, all that kinds of stuff. And here are the most list of your camera features. And that's quite a lot. So let's snap right in. Here's the 1x photo from Groot. Wow, that's actually really good. I think it's pixel binning once again. Happens all the time. Here is your 8 megapixel ultra wide, which actually shapes the color and the image quality, as you can see. And here is the 2x telephoto, which I believe is just cropping in to that 64 megapixel sensor, which is also very usable, as you can see. It's actually really good. Here is the portrait where things start to fall off. As you can see, if I zoom in right here, these edges are not properly detailed and exposed. The camera is having difficulty, of course. Alright, stereo speakers.
USB-C. Again, latest packaging, no charger in the
Huh.
box, no goodies, there's nothing in the box. This is an absolute way of packaging.
Alright.
Everyone knows about that.
Okay.
In fact, you have to find your own separate charging brick for that matter. Yes.
Alright. Huh. Alright. That's decently loud. Alright. You have a hit or miss when it comes to the mix, to the balance, the bass, the high tones. And it's quite loud though. It can go really loud. Redmi Note 10s. Another one of those budget smartphones from Xiaomi, never disappoints. I mean, look at this thing. It feels so premium to the touch. It feels so premium to the touch. I mean, you would notice immediately that this is a budget smartphone, but still, the feel, the look and feel to it, it just screams premium. It just screams not cheap. And it's actually really good for the price point. This is like an overall smartphone that any average person could ever ask for. I mean, it's really good. I mean, it's not like a high performance. It's not like a flagship. You would not expect those kinds of specs and performance from a phone like this. Of course, it's very simple, very straightforward. A phone that you can use for everyday use. Very decent cameras, very loud speakers. You have an AMOLED screen on this thing. No high screen refresh rate, it's okay. You have an absolutely fast 33-watt fast charging and a 5000 milliamp hour battery that can get you through the day. I mean, this is like the well-rounded smartphone. I've got nothing else to say. It has what? IP53, splash and dust resistance. I mean, it's not really special about anything, but that's what makes these kinds of phones special. They're like the well-rounded all-rounder. Any average person can benefit, and everyone who just needs a phone in their lives. So, in the budget smartphone category, you really have to look around and see what is going on in the market, because there's a lot of things to choose from and a lot of things to see. This Xiaomi being one of them. And would I recommend this phone? If you need a phone and you're on a tight budget, you know where to go. Xiaomi Redmi Note 10s for you.